right, we've got another exponent rule for today. Exponent rules. And that exponent rule is taking a product to a power. Now, as always, you have a piece of paper and you are taking notes as well. Taking a product to a power. Pause the video to get your materials. And if you're back, that is because you have all of this written down on a piece of paper. Taking a product to a power. Well, what does a product mean? A product means something that you multiply by. So if we were to take a product to a power, that might be something like a times b to the nth power. But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's look at an example. Let's say I have something like 5 x to the third. Let's say we take that to the 4th power. What I have here is 4 5x to the thirds. 5x to the third times 5x to the third times 5x to the third times 5x to the third. 4 5x to the thirds. And now, because multiplication is commutative, it means I can multiply in any order I like. I could call this 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, group my 5s together, and group my x's together. X to the third times x to the third times x to the third times x to the third. And I could call this 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, 5 to the 4th. And I could call this 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or 4 groups of 3, or 12. It's really similar to our taking a power to a power. So if I take a product to a power, I multiply the exponents in a really similar way as what I was doing before. Now, if you're not sure that 5 and that's multiplying exponents, well, remember, there's a little invisible 1 right there. So taking a product to a power. Now, if I were to give you another example, let's just do an example before we generalize. Let's say I have 7x squared y to the third, and I'm going to take that to the 6th power. I can expand it out, but I don't have to. I can use my shortcut. I can call that 7 to the 1, 1 times 6, 6, 7 to the 6th. 2x squared to the 6th power, 2 to the 6th, or 2 times 6, 12, y to the third to the 6th power, 3 times 6, 18. And so we're using that exponent rule from before, but we are also kind of using sort of a distributive property. It feels sort of distributive property-y. So if I take a product to a power, a to the m, or ab to the mth power, that is the same as saying a to the m times b to the m.